I presented this one day at our health retreat, and a lady began to cry. I said, "Why are you crying?" She said, "I'm type 2 diabetic. I was diagnosed 2 years ago." She said, "I do everything they tell me. I have wholemeal bread, wholemeal cereal, wholemeal pasta. And every 6 months I visit the doctor and he puts me on more insulin."
What if I told you there's a common food you eat every day that's secretly making you fat and sick? It's not sugar, it's not fat, it's something you might not suspect, hidden in plain sight. This everyday staple is slowly destroying your health, and you probably have no idea. In this eye-opening video, we're exploring Barbara O'Neill's response to why weight gain and diabetes have become such widespread problems. She's uncovered a surprising culprit behind these issues, one that's been right under our noses all along. Are you ready to discover the truth about what's really affecting your health? Have you ever noticed your energy levels crashing or your waistline expanding despite eating healthy whole grain foods? You're not alone. Let me tell you about a discovery that's changing our understanding of nutrition. Modern wheat is a staple in our diets, found in everything from cereals to sauces. We've been told it's good for us, but what if this common food is actually causing more harm than good? Here's the thing. The wheat we eat today is different from what our grandparents ate. Over the past 50 years, wheat has undergone significant changes through hybridization and genetic modification. Scientists have altered wheat to increase crop yields and pest resistance, but these changes have also affected its protein structures. Modern wheat contains new proteins that our bodies struggle to process.
It was in about the 1970s that this wheat went worldwide. In 1969, Dr. Norman Boulag got a Nobel Prize for his hybridized wheat. So by the 1990s, in Australia, in New Zealand, every cereal, every bread, every cake, every pie, every pizza, every donut, every biscuit, every pasta, what's it made out of? The hybridized wheat. Now, what happened with this hybridized wheat? I'll just wipe that off. What happened with this hybridized wheat? What was never addressed was the effect on the human body, the effect on the gut. And what this hybridized wheat produced was a type of starch. It's called amylopectin.
But there's more. Modern wheat contains something called amylopectin A, a type of carbohydrate that's unique to wheat. Why is this important? Amylopectin A is incredibly easy for our bodies to break down into sugar, raising blood sugar levels even more quickly than table sugar. Can you see how this might be a problem? Every time you eat wheat, you're essentially flooding your system with sugar. Your body has to work overtime to deal with these sudden spikes in blood sugar. And remember, even whole wheat contains this troublesome amylopectin A, so switching to whole grain products doesn't eliminate the issue. So why haven't we heard about this before? Wheat is so deeply ingrained in our food culture that questioning its health benefits has been almost taboo. But the effects of modern wheat on our bodies go far beyond just blood sugar spikes. Let's take a closer look at what happens in your body every time you eat that slice of bread. Your pancreas plays a crucial role in regulating blood sugar levels. When you eat, it releases insulin to help your cells absorb glucose from your bloodstream. But modern wheat can throw this delicate balance off kilter. Here's the problem. When you eat foods made from modern wheat, like bread or pasta, your blood sugar can spike rapidly. Your pancreas responds by pumping out more insulin to manage this sudden surge. Now imagine this happening repeatedly, meal after meal, day after day. Over time, this constant demand can lead to insulin resistance. Your cells, bombarded by insulin, become less responsive to its effects. It's as if they're tuning out the insulin signals, leaving glucose unable to enter the cells efficiently. Your blood sugar levels remain high, putting more stress on your system. Your pancreas tries to compensate by producing even more insulin. But with cells becoming increasingly resistant, it's a losing battle.
So this cell, it needs insulin and it needs sodium. But this cell, it doesn't need any. So what's happening now is you've got insulin resistance. Insulin can't get that glucose in. The glucose is going round and round. Blood sugar levels remain high. Brain says, more insulin, because the brain thinks, it's not getting in. We must need more insulin. And so what's happening here, we've got a problem. More high glucose, more insulin's released. The cell's saying, you're not coming in here. We've seen enough of you. So what's happening over here? Come on in, just come on in. They're getting bigger and bigger.
Your blood sugar levels stay elevated and the cycle continues. If this pattern persists, it can potentially lead to type 2 diabetes. Your overworked pancreas might eventually struggle to produce enough insulin to manage your blood sugar effectively. It's like pushing an engine to its limits. At some point, something has to give. But the impact of modern wheat on our bodies goes way beyond blood sugar regulation. Modern wheat doesn't just affect blood sugar. It can impact your health in surprising ways, even if you don't have diabetes. Let's talk about inflammation, your body's response to harm. Those altered protein structures in modern wheat can confuse your immune system, leading to inflammation throughout your body. Many people who cut wheat from their diets report feeling better overall, experiencing less joint pain, clearer skin, and improved digestion. There's also growing evidence linking wheat consumption to various autoimmune conditions where your immune system mistakenly attacks your own body. These include diseases like rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. Now let's consider weight gain. Modern wheat can actually change the way your body stores fat, particularly promoting the accumulation of visceral fat, the dangerous kind that wraps around your organs. Dr. William Davis, in his book, Wheat Belly, describes how eliminating wheat can lead to significant weight loss, especially around the midsection.
Why is his book called Wheat Belly? Because this blood sugar level that goes up so high under the effect of the amylopectin A in this hybridized wheat, very quickly the body's got to do something with that. And what does it do with it? Stores it as fat. He said this amylopectin A, once the blood sugar drops because of the high insulin release, it gets stored on the internal organs, pushing the belly out. But not only that, it's a type of visceral fat that gets stored on the belly. So you got a double whammy of pushing it out. In his book Wheat Belly, Dr. William Davis must say the term wheat belly nearly every page.
Wheat is everywhere in our diet, not just in bread and pasta, but hidden in countless processed foods. This ubiquity makes it challenging to spot the connection between wheat and our health issues. We've been told whole grains are good for us, so we keep eating them without realizing the potential consequences. But here's the good news. Once you understand wheat's impact, you can take steps to improve your health. In the next section, we'll explore practical ways to reduce your wheat consumption and what you can eat instead. Many people believe cutting wheat means saying goodbye to their favorite foods, but it doesn't have to be that way. Let's explore how small changes to your plate could lead to big improvements in your health. Just take a listen to what an average meal for Barbara would be.
For lunch today, I had a big salad. I had a tahini salad dressing. I had some black-eyed beans with kale and zucchini, tomato and onion and fresh basil. Delicious. And then we had fresh sweet corn. Now that meal, very low in carbohydrates. We ate about 2:30 or 3. It is now 7 o'clock. I have no hunger at all. And I know that that will take me all the way to bed. You can eat very well on a low carbohydrate meal. That meal was very high in fiber. Everything had fiber. That meal had generous amounts of protein. Oh, and I finished with a handful of walnuts. Very nice dessert.
But eliminating wheat is just one piece of the puzzle. Barbara O'Neill reveals several surprisingly simple yet powerful lifestyle changes that can accelerate your health transformation. First, there's what she calls intelligent hydration. It's not just about drinking 8 glasses of water a day. It's about getting that water into your cells. Before every glass of water, place a small crystal of unrefined sea salt, like Celtic salt or Himalayan salt, on your tongue. As Barbara explains,
Celtic salt is one of my favourites because it has 3 magnesiums in it. And the Celtic salt has 82 minerals. Himalayan salt is very similar. Himalayan salt is certainly better than the refined salt. You know the refined salt has 2 minerals. Celtic salt has 3 magnesium, and magnesium pulls the water inside the cell. Remember the CBD? The CBD is where we need that water, and the magnesium pulls it inside the cell. So how do we take the salt? I take a crystal of Celtic salt on my tongue before every glass of water that I drink. Now, I did say I sipped, but every time I start a new glass, I'll put a crystal on my tongue, and I'll drink a few mouthfuls, then I'll drink a few more mouthfuls. When I've done a cup, then I'll have another crystal of salt. You see, we are so mineral deficient today because the soils are deficient, the plants are deficient, and if you have a crystal of Celtic salt on your tongue before you drink every glass of water, all you will do is replace the minerals you lost yesterday.
Then there's the importance of early nights. We're not just talking about getting enough sleep. It's about when you sleep. It may sound like a joke, but just listen to what Barbara says about getting enough quality sleep.
Early nights. Early nights? What's this got to do with diabetes? Between the hours of 10 p.m. and 3 a.m., there are hormones released in our body that are responsible for rest and rejuvenation. So if you're looking at conquering your diabetes, you've got to go to bed early so that those hormones can be released and do their repair on your pancreas.
And there's one more daily habit that deserves special attention: your morning coffee. According to Barbara O'Neill's research at her health retreat, caffeine withdrawal causes more severe symptoms than almost any other substance, including alcohol and certain drugs. But it's not just about addiction. Caffeine triggers an insulin response, the very thing we're trying to minimize. Why not give it a try? Replace one wheat-based meal a day with a tasty alternative and pay attention to how you feel. The difference could be eye-opening. Remember, this is about nourishing your body in a way that truly supports your well-being. Let's make a positive change together, one meal at a time.